What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time, folks, we're taking a look at our boy DSP's financial information for the work week. That's right, as I mentioned last week, your boy Doody is revising this segment where every week we're going to be taking a look at our boy Phil's finances for his 3 channels and also for his kick streams and the smart guys. I believe we even include the smart guy totals in here. Well, his half. So yeah, I mean, this is something we're going to be doing on a weekly basis. We typically push it out on Saturday, and it's more kind of an informative, it's an informative video where, you know, if this is something that you like tracking, you like holding Pig Roach accountable, and, you know, you just like having those raw numbers so you can throw in Phil's face whenever he tries to claim he's broke or poor or he's begging. This is a great video. It sums up the information that you can get in various sources on the internet. You know, Piece of Peace has one. Jay Gannon on Twitter has it. Gamerface Gaming, he puts together daily totals. Dashfire also do the same thing. So it's kind of like a one-place shop for everything if you're just looking for wrong numbers. And I think I do a pretty good job just calculating all of the tips, the super chats, the memberships, the kick, the totals, and then comparing it to the previous week, and then taking a look at kind of his views for the month, looking at monthly totals, and then comparing them year over year. So, you know, I think it's a good video. I think it's a good series. Many people have told me when I wasn't doing it, hey, bring it back. It was great. And yeah, so that's why I'm here. That's why Doody is here with the information for everyone. So let's get into it, folks. So like I had mentioned in the previous video, I'm always going to kind of be a week behind just because it's easier that way. That way I'm not racing to try to get this information and then accidentally put wrong data. So again, this is looking at Phil's work week from January 19th up through January 24th, right? And we're going to compare it to the week prior to that. So for that work week, our boy Phil managed to pull in $603 in total tips. Now, that was a significant decrease from the previous week. Well, no, I'm sorry, not a significant decrease. That was a decrease, excuse me, of about $30 from the previous week. So, you know, he kind of averaged about the same there. For Super Chats, our boy Phil managed to pull in $387, which was a significant decrease. That's right. The previous week, he made $720. So the one thing that I've mentioned before is that I think while giving Phil money isn't a good thing, but, you know, if you're going to give Phil money, I always tell people don't tip him, because if you tip him, what you're doing is you're rewarding him every day, and you're allowing him the opportunity to take that money and spend it on WWE Champions and DoorDash and other shit that he doesn't need. When you super chat him, he has to wait until he gets his YouTube check, which forces him to save. So you're kind of doing a good thing for him, even if you want to support him. You know what I mean? If you're willing to support him, at least try to help him get his spending under control, which he has a hard time doing. He just does. So this kind of forces him to do it. So yeah, that was a dip of over close to $400, about $350. And then for the member subs, oh my lord, the member subs took yet another dip, and it looks like again he pulled in $75. Now I'm not including the Argentinian memberships because we all know they're not worth anything. Even though Phil's an idiot and doesn't know how to do simple math or do conversion rates, we're not including those. So Phil managed to get a whopping $75 for the work week for member subs compared to $123 the previous week. And then for kick subs, he managed to pull in $440 for the work week, and then that was a huge drop as well. So for the prior week, he made $990. So this can be accounted for 2 things. Dark Side Pimp is done giving him money. He occasionally will drop 1 or 2 subs every once in a while, but he's done giving Phil money. He moved on. He's back to wailing out for the Kino folks. So that, and then Iron Chef Sakai has been MIA for quite some time. Even when he wasn't gone, he was just really dropping super chats. He wasn't really dropping those sub bombs on Kick. So yeah, that's a significant drop there for Phil. We're talking about over $500 in support that he no longer is at. $550 in support that he didn't get. So For the grand total for the work week, Phil pulled in $1,505, right? Compared to the previous week where he pulled in $2,465. Now, $1,500 isn't anything to sneeze about. I mean, that's some pretty decent money, you know, for a streamer, for anyone, you know. If you extract that out for the month, I mean, you're talking about like $6,000 in income for the month. But of course, that's never enough for Phil. Phil always needs more income, more money, because he's spending it. And the thing too is that you can correlate this to his WWE champion spending, which is great, which I really love. Because if you look at the, let's look at the WWE champion spending. So the WWE champion spending, as you can see for the week that ended in the 17th, our boy Phil spent $1,176. And then for the week after that, he spent $1,125. So you see how he spends his money he spends it according to how much income he receives. When he gets low income, he doesn't whale out. I mean, he doesn't whale out as much. And it also depends on the time of the month. So he usually goes all in towards the end of the month and the beginning of the month. I guess that's when they have kind of have contest or whatever going. But he's screwed because that golden Hogan that's going to be coming out, man, it looks like they target Phil specifically. So you know he's going to whale out to get that fucking golden Hogan. You know, we all know that's his favorite. His favorite guy is Hulk Hogan. So imagine a golden one. Oh God, you got to add that to the collection. So all in all, week over week, Phil made he had a net decrease of income, total income of negative 39%. Well, that's a pretty big drop there, Phil. I mean, we're talking about near the end of the month where you need that end of the month income to get you over the hump. You know, we got the 2 big bills coming up, Phil, right? So negative 39%. And we're going to keep seeing this. Wait till February, March comes around. I mean, those are the dead months. You're going to see just a big decrease in income Phil is going to be receiving. And it's several factors. It's people just don't have the cash. People are still paying the Christmas bills. And of course, no real games out there to play. So there you go. Alrighty. So far for the total for January, Phil has managed to make $7,733. And then you compare that to the previous month of December. That is a bit of a decrease. I mean, let's see here. For December, Phil made $8,500. He made a little over $8,500. So for him to get to that mark, he's going to need to pull in over $800 to $900 this week, which might be difficult. It might be difficult because we know he had the day off. He got sick. Smart guys really didn't pay that much. So it's going to be close. So the one thing you'll see definitely is that downward trend, like you see his high point last year in August was $16,000. It decreased to 10. It stayed at 10. It decreased to 8,000. It stayed around 8,000. So you're going to keep seeing it drop. Like next month, it might be 7,000. Then the month after that, it'll probably be back down to $6,000. I mean, the only thing keeping him afloat right now are these kick subs. That's the only thing keeping him afloat. And it looks like he actually may have lost Iron Chef Sakai. It looks like he's gone and he's done. So unless he picks up another whale for Kick, it might be the end of Kick, because right now all that is just fucking LARPers in the chat making fun of Phil, and Phil can't seem to control that chat because anytime he makes a moderator there, he gets a moderator. The moderator turns out to be a LARPer himself. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if Kick's gonna last much longer. I'm gonna have to say that I'll give it a few more months. But if this Kick sub total continues to dwindle, yeah, I don't see Phil doing the Kick. I don't, you know, in his eyes, he sees it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the trolling if he's only making X amount. So I mean, as you can see, he dropped $500 in a matter of a week, and I believe this week too. If we look at the numbers for this week, it's even less. So yeah, not a good sign there for you, Philly. Not a good sign. And then, like I said, he made $7,733 so far this month. And then we don't have the viewership number, but spoiler alert, it has dropped significantly. He may not even crack $500,000. I mean, excuse me, he may not even crack 500,000 views for all 3 channels. I don't even think he's gonna get 500,000 views. And yeah, that's not good. That's not good for you, Phil, because of course views equals money, ad revenue, additional super chat, additional memberships, additional everything. And if you have less people watching your content, that means there's less of an opportunity for someone to give you money. And Phil doesn't see that or recognize it or is oblivious to it, or of course he's just trying to be in denial. So so far for 2024, for 2025, like I said, Phil's managed to pull in $7,733. Let me see, can you see that? There you go. $7,733. Now, if we compare that to last year, where he only made $4,876. Now, I must preface this. This doesn't include his memberships, which wouldn't make up that difference at all. It doesn't have the memberships, and of course, he wasn't doing Kick last year. So, you know, you're going to see a big disparity in amounts. But yeah, if you're looking at this, he is doing better than he did last year. He definitely is. He is doing better. And then for 2023, like I said, he made $7,733, and you compare that to 2023 totals, he made $5,548. Which is more. It's more than 2023, but again, like I said, 2024, 2023, it really didn't capture member subs, and Kick wasn't a thing. But all in all, he's making more money. He is. I mean, he's getting more money a month. Next week we should have the totals for, we should have the view totals for his channel, and then based on those views, we can kind of make an assumption on an educated guess on how much ad revenue he made based on my ad revenue. So we'll kind of get a whole picture of what he pulled in for the month. And I like it now because we started afresh for 2025. We're tracking everything, and I think we get a better picture now of how much money he actually gets a year. Because we speculated in the past because we weren't too sure about ad revenue. We weren't counting memberships. And now we have that information. So we're counting it every day. We have it available, and we can get a better idea. Just like I said, for 2024, Phil only made $125,000. And in 2024, what did he pull in? Let's see here. I know I did the totals for 2024. So for 2024, like I said, Phil managed to make, what did he make? Yeah, Phil in 2024 made $125,000. And then in 2023, which is probably his worst year in a long time, he only made $109,000. And then in 2022, Phil made $125,000. So in 2024, he essentially just got back to where he was in his income, which was anywhere between $120,000 to $130,000. So now that we kind of have all this information, we'll be able to guess. We'll be able to be more accurate with how much income Phil's getting every month and how much he's getting at the end of the year. So yeah, I mean, hope you guys enjoy this informative video. And whenever Pig Roach tells you he doesn't have any money or he's broke, you just point to this video and you say, "No, you scumbag. Why are you lying?" Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.